Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
Today we are headed to the new Shiki-Sai over in the Japan Pavilion at Epcot.
Apparently, Princess wants to come.
I'm sure she would like all the little fishies.
Would you like some sushi, sister? I'm actually really excited about this. I love sushi restaurants first and foremost, and I'm excited to get yet another one at Walt Disney World. We already have some pretty decent ones. Our favorite is Morimoto Asia at Disney Springs. They do a fantastic job with not only sushi, some really good stuff. Get the bibimbap there, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
They already have a quick service sushi place in Japan over at Epcot. It is okay. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like your standard Publix sushi counter sushi, right?
Your grocery store sushi.
And then they have a very high dollar restaurant, Takumite, that definitely requires dining reservations. And they have, since it reopened, transformed it into a prefix menu, and you basically get two choices. We reviewed that not too long ago. I was less impressed with that. So if we could get some good quality sushi.
It's middle of the road.
That's middle of the road. That, you don't have to go with a $250 tasting option, and it's a little bit better than Publix counter sushi. That makes me excited.
It makes me excited too. I'm looking forward to trying this out. I've heard that it is pretty decent, so I'm going in positively here.
What do we have? Is there anything that stands out? Any drink options? They also have more than sushi here. They've got skewers and stuff, so I don't know. I'm in the mood for sushi, so I guess we'll see what they recommend.
They do. They have some chef specials that one of which I know we're not going to get, which is the $300 boat presentation of sushi. We don't have enough. How many
people does that serve?
It serves 4 to 6, so we're not going to be able to eat that. But then there's also a bridge presentation that features an assortment of sushi and sashimi for $100, and that does serve 2 to 4. But I think I would rather order by the roll maybe or something, so that we could try what we want to try. To give you an idea, some rolls are a little pricier, like the dragon roll, which is kind of a common roll, right? Different places, with barbecued freshwater eel, avocado, and shrimp tempura, and it's $28.
Oh.
So it's a little higher price than your average, going to your neighborhood sushi place. A golden Philadelphia roll is $20.
What about cocktails? It seems like anytime we go to these Asian places, the cocktails, it's either sake or they're overly sweet. Do we have anything that's kind of in the middle there?
Yeah, so you basically are going to get the same options that I'm seeing here that we had whenever we went to Teppan Edo. It's pretty similar. So
it makes sense because
yeah.
It's the same people running it, so.
So, there's not anything that just wows me as far as cocktails go. So I don't know, we may not partake in that.
We'll see if there's any specialty. Sometimes you go to these restaurants and they have specialty cocktails that aren't on the online menu, and It's just for that restaurant. We'll see. If not, we may just end up splitting up ambiance and theming and then not rating on drinks because that's what we did at Teppan Edo. But yeah, I'm excited, and we gotta go. We're late.
We're not late. We're not late. We might be a little late.
We're late. Yeah. All right, let's do this.
All right, so we have arrived. So far, I am very excited. The theming in here is really, really beautiful. Every table, or all around the whole restaurant, if you're not by a real window that looks out onto the pavilion, then you look out into some scenery that is projected on here, and they're all different. So that's really nice. They also have a very nice story that kind of goes along with the explanation of the theming behind the restaurant. Everyone so far has been just lovely.
Yeah, the service has been excellent so far. Everyone that we've talked to has been great. They describe this as a Japanese gastropub. There is a bar in the center that you can sit at and I guess watch while they make your sushi. You can get cooked items here. Actually, you did get a noodle, but most of what we're eating is sushi and sashimi. Leslie did get a cocktail.
Did, yes. So I got the sake sangria. It just sounded really interesting, so we're gonna try that out. One thing I really love about the menus is all of the pictures.
That is helpful for a sushi restaurant to have pictures. So many times you go in and it's just a list of ingredients. It's like, it's hard.
Super overwhelming. First off, I have to highlight that all of our pictures on the wall are windows turn to night, and so there's like, it's like all dusky and stuff, and there's a moon, and over there fireworks just went off in one of the windows. Super exciting. Okay, so my sake sangria just came, so it's a fruit infused sake. That's actually really good. So it comes with like strawberry and oranges and some cucumber, and then this little white thing I had to ask is a lychee. And so I've actually not ever tried, I've had lychee flavored things, but I've never tried lychee, so I'm kind of excited to eat that here in a little bit. That's nice, it's refreshing, it's not too sweet, and I like it.
Our first food arrived, and it is the spicy crunch roll. So it looks fantastic. It looks very fresh, which is always a plus when you're talking about raw fish, right? Definitely very fresh. The rice is perfectly cooked. There's not a ton going on inside of the roll, and that soy sauce is real salty. I don't know if it was that or something else in there. I might have to eat one without soy sauce. Overall, good first impression. Not the best sushi roll I've ever had, but also, I mean, it's very well done.
My udon came. It's a beef udon, so let's see if I can do this with chopsticks. Thought better of it once she walked away after asking if I needed a fork. Udon noodles are perfectly cooked. Everything has such great flavor. I did get a fork so that I can get a better bite this next time, but I love the mix of like the beef and the vegetables, and I'm impressed so far.
Well, my everything else just kind of showed up here, so. The next roll came out, and it is the dragon roll. So it has got freshwater eel or unagi on top. It has a couple of different sauces in there. I think I'm gonna try this one without the soy sauce. One of those sauces is wasabi. There's a lot going on in that roll. A lot of textures. There's a very crunchy, crisp cucumber in the middle of it, which offsets the, it's a barbecued eel, but it's warm, so it's not cold sushi. And it's got a little bit of sweetness to the barbecue sauce, which is really, really good. And then the spice of the wasabi. This is really well done. And then we'll get to these other ones here in a minute.
Oh shoot. All right, so I'm gonna try the nigiri. That eel is very well cooked. I'm enjoying it without the soy sauce too. It's very, very well done, which just goes to show it's good sushi.
Last on the list is the unagi don, which is a pretty good sized piece of unagi on top of egg, on top of rice. I really like the sushi rice that has the unagi barbecue sauce on it. She did bring out a knife to cut the unagi with. It's cooked very well.
All right, we demolished the sushi. I'm finishing up my noodles and my drink, and then I think we're gonna wrap this up at home.
All right, we are back.
Before we get into all the food and such, if you are looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at Fantastical Vacations. We would love to help. We plan Disney destinations, Universal cruise lines, and all-inclusive resorts.
And Thea would love to make your acquaintance. I've got mixed feelings about this. It was, first of all, wonderful. Like, I was blown away, more so than I thought I would be, and I was very hopeful about this restaurant. It was so much better. Let's just get into it and we'll talk through.
Okay. All right, so ambiance and theming. First off, you know, we went at kind of an odd time. It was like 3:30, so it wasn't very full.
Our reservation was 3:30. It was like 3:58 when we got there.
Whoopsies. Anyway, but so I don't know if it would always be this way, but it definitely was lighter crowds during the time that we were there. And so therefore it wasn't super loud. It was very nice. the theming in there is just spectacular. I really love the little windows that change. So right now it's like the summer season is what they're celebrating, and so there was like all these like cherry blossom trees, and it would change from daytime to nighttime, and there would be fireworks.
Yeah, the ambiance was fantastic. As far as the theming goes, I think it was right on point. It is supposed to be a traditional Japanese gastropub. I've never been to Japan, but this is what I imagine a traditional Japanese gastropub would be like. We've done gastropub, like Japanese gastropub style things. We went to a very good one in Napa Valley. And this is kind of the theme. Like, this is just really, really well done. I appreciate that there are things to look at other than just sheetrock whenever there's a wall there that separates two restaurants. They just really thought it out well. We had to give them a 4.5.
Yeah, we really did. And I love the idea that it's going to change with the seasons and they'll be kind of celebrating something new.
Service was fantastic. Every single one of those, I'm going to say ladies because we had three or four ladies that were like hosting, seating, serving. It was all ladies. But they were all fantastic, and I'm sure everyone else there is fantastic, from telling us the story, the background, what's great, what's their most popular stuff, without even being prompted, bringing like hand wash towels, refilling water without being asked.
I just wanted to bring our main lady home with me. She just was so lovely. I could have just like talked to her forever.
Almost a 5. Like I think it was like close.
Yeah.
We gave him a 4.5, but it was really, really well done. You could probably make an argument for 5, but it was just like everyone, like all 4 of those ladies were spot on spectacular. I'm sure everyone there is spot on spectacular, but it was great.
It was just tremendous. All right, drinks. So Dan got sake. We can't really rate him on that because it's in a bottle. So, but I did get that sake sangria, and it was a nice beverage. It was definitely one that I think I would order again at some point. It wasn't one that I'm going to be like, oh, you've got to go here and get this drink, but it was definitely above average.
Yeah, I think the con here is that they don't, that I saw, have like individualized specialty beverages or cocktails just for the restaurant. So like the Tokyo Sunset is one of them. You can get that there. You can get it next door. You can get it downstairs, the little drink stand. So, you know, like, there's nothing like over the top or unique or inventive about it. But that drink, I did try it. It was well done. The sake is bottled rice wine, so I'm not rating up on that. So what do we give it?
Yeah, so we give it a 3.5.
3.5. Food. So this is kind of where we got a little bit of a problem here, because the food was very fresh. It was very well prepared. It was also overpriced.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, of course it was on Disney property, so everything's overpriced. I mean, what are we, $6 bottles of water now? So I don't know how much we can knock them for that. It was really, really well done. The other minor complaint that I had is that there wasn't a ton of selection. I feel like to really stand out as any sort of sushi place right now, I mean, they've got a kind of a one-up on everyone else, as they are the sushi place for Epcot, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like you need like inventive rolls. I feel like the majority of people are not going for slabs of raw fish. They're going for rolls and the flavors that melt together. And they only had 5 specialty rolls. They did have other rolls that were like very, very simple, like tuna roll or whatever. I don't know. So I think definitely low overpriced. The dragon roll was probably there.
Yeah.
That was the one she said was their most popular. It was one of the 5 specialty rolls. It had unagi eel on top. It had tempura shrimp and cucumber inside. It was well done. Don't get me wrong.
It was good.
It was very, very good. But it was $28 for 8 pieces. I would have expected a roll like that off property and a sushi place to be like $18. So that's what I think of as when I think of overpriced. Not that it doesn't demand it being on Disney property, but when I can get the same quality of sushi anywhere in Orlando or really anywhere across the country, you know, it doesn't have to be on Disney property. I can get the same quality, but probably a better selection for cheaper price. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. So, I mean, our gut, as we were rating, we gave it a 4. And so if you add all that up and divide it out, it makes it be a 4.125, which I think is well deserved for this restaurant. On the way home, as we were talking, we were kind of like, but will we be back? And then we were like, well, does it deserve the 4.125 if we won't come back? But really it boils down to that I could get more selection at a cheaper price at any sushi place around here. But if I was coming to Orlando, I was coming to Disney, and I really wanted sushi, this is a fantastic spot.
It's a fantastic spot. And if I'm gonna play devil's advocate, I'm with you 100%. I think you're actually giving up something to eat here. I think you're giving up a quintessential Disney experience. I think you have a lot more options inside of Epcot in particular that have like a unique dining experience, from like the open ovens at Via Napoli to like the show at Beer Garden to the water seating at Rose and Crown to even Space 220 is a unique experience. Not my favorite, but if you're giving up one of those
Or
unique
characters.
Or character meals, if you're giving up one of those, like, yeah, Garden Grill, unique experience. If you're giving up one of those experiences at Disney World and you're, I wouldn't say wasting a meal. I mean, you're gonna have a very good meal at
Shiki-Sai.
thank you. Why can I not remember that? At Shiki-Sai, which overtook Tokyo Dining, by the way.
Yes.
You're gonna have a great meal, great quality, you know, a little bit overpriced, but it's Disney, everything's overpriced. It's just like you're not getting a quintessential Disney experience. There's nothing unique. There's nothing Disney about that. Like you can get that sushi experience anywhere across the country. That's probably why I won't be back. Not because it wasn't good.
I will say that if you scheduled this just right and you requested a window seat, an actual window seat, you might have some really spectacular views of the fireworks.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I don't know how likely that is. I mean, it's like getting a window seat at California Grill, right?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's fantastic. If you go, you're gonna enjoy
good.
it. If
Yeah.
you like that type of cuisine, you're going to enjoy it. It's fabulous. Service is great.
Yeah.
It's just, is it a quintessential Disney experience? I would probably choose one of the other places.
So there you have it.
Right.
You go and decide for yourself. All right, if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.